You want to apply for express entry, you even have an invitation to apply and you're all set to submit your application. However, your employer refuses to give you a reference letter. What can you do in this case? Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Roop. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm FHCN, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration procedures to Canada. If you have questions, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us. We would happy to chat with you. If you are an employer, you need assistance with retaining foreign workers with their immigration procedures. Again, here's our contact information. We are one phone call away. Oftentimes, we come across cases where the employer refuses to issue the experience letter when applicants want to apply for their immigration. Express entry or Canadian experience class is one of the pathways where experience letter is required. And if the employer refuses, what can an employee do? What can an applicant do? Let's find out. Before we go into the detail of reference letter, let's quickly answer the comment of the week. This comment says that we have sent our spousal sponsorship last month. I have a closed work permit before I resign and my company told me that they will cancel my employment with them. Can I still find a job while waiting for a decision on my application? Please help. So guys, I think if I understand the question correctly, it's that you have submitted a spousal sponsorship application and now you're losing your employment. The question that you're asking is, can I still find another job while awaiting a decision on my application? Very good question. Now here there are two things. One is that you're on a closed work permit and you have a spousal sponsorship application, I'm assuming inside Canada, in process. So the first thing is a closed work permit that does not make you eligible to work with anyone else. If you lose your employment, you have to sit home. You cannot go work for any other company. But the second good news is though that you have a spousal sponsorship application under process, which gives you the option to apply for an open work permit. You can apply for an open work permit while you await a decision on the spousal sponsorship. Once that permit is approved, at that point, you may be able to go seek other employment. Once you have an open work permit, then you can go seek any employment that you want. However, until you are on a closed work permit, you cannot work with anyone else because that is against the conditions of your closed work permit. Now guys, in cases where the employer refuses to give the experience letter, now what is the purpose of experience letter? First of all, the purpose is for the employer to confirm your employment, your duration of employment, your salary, your duties, your roles and responsibilities, so that the processing officer can assign you the points for the experience that you're claiming. Now, experience letter is one of the required documents to be able to prove this. Now, if the employer is unwilling to do that, what can you do? I'm going to tell you a step-by-step procedure to follow in this case that can help you come across and overcome this obstacle that your employer has posed. Step number one that you need to do is you need to ask for an employment letter from your employer in writing. So send them an email and ask for an employment letter in a formal way. Your employer will either refuse to provide you one or not respond. If they refuse, that refusal is a proof that employer has refused. So you're going to keep that aside and this is going to be used in the submission. Now, in case your employer never responds to you, you are going to send them a follow-up email asking for a reference letter and you're going to do two other follow-ups. So in total, you're going to do 3 requests for asking for a reference letter. And if the employer never responds to you, that is going to be your evidence that you have tried your level best. Now that the employer has refused, you have either the proof of employer refusing or employer not responding to your request. The next step is for you to prove the duties and your employment. Step number 2 is you writing a self-declaration attesting to your employment. This self-declaration will include details about your duration of employment, the number of hours you worked per week, your salary, and your duties. You will write and self-declare your duties and your employment in a letter. Step number 3 is you are going to ask either a senior in that company who worked with you or a colleague in that company, and they are going to write a similar letter that would be a reference letter It probably won't be on the company's letterhead, but it would be a reference letter from a colleague working with you or a senior working with you that would confirm your employment and your job duties and all the other details with regards to your employment. Make sure you attach a proof of that person's employment with the company. So it could be a business card or some other proof that they were working at the company the same time you were working. Step number 4 is to collect all the other evidence to prove your employment. That could be your T4 slips, your pay slips, that essentially prove that you were indeed working at that particular company. If you have been terminated, your record of employment can also go in there. The last step of all is covering all of this in a cover letter, where you will tell the immigration officer that you tried once, twice, thrice to obtain a reference letter. It was refused. Here is the proof of that. Secondly, you have provided a declaration, you have provided a letter from your colleague or a senior at work proving your job duties. Fourthly, here is the other evidence, my T4 slips, my pay slips, everything with regards to that employment that proves my employment. With all of this in place, you are trying to prove that it is outside of your control to obtain a reference letter. Not your fault, you've tried your level best, but the employer is either not responding or refusing to provide one, and hence this is the evidence that you're provided to support your employment. And with all of this, hopefully the immigration officer will be convinced of your employment and award you the points that you deserve. That's it, guys. In summary, these are the steps that you need to follow if you do not have a reference letter or your employer has refused to give you one. Make sure you document the refusal or no response from the employer, self-attest to your duties, get a colleague to attest to your duties and your employment, get other evidence like pay slips, T4s, ROEs to prove your employment, and bundle all of this in a cover letter. That's it, guys, for this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.